Welcome to Treasure Theory. Hello, Internet, and welcome to a very special episode where we are about to embark on an absolute marathon of knowledge. Get ready to have your minds completely and utterly blown, because today, we are diving deep into over 100 fascinating facts that will make you question everything you thought you knew about reality. This isn't just your average trivia list. Oh no, this is a carefully curated collection of the most mind-boggling, jaw-dropping, and downright surprising details about the world around us, from the deepest oceans to the furthest reaches of space, and even into the weird quirks of our own human bodies. I've spent hours upon hours digging through the archives, connecting the dots, and what I found is nothing short of incredible. We're talking about historical secrets, scientific paradoxes, and cultural oddities that seem too strange to be true. But that's the thing about theories and facts. The truth is often stranger than fiction. Each fact we're about to explore is a puzzle piece in the grand, complex, and often hilarious story of our universe. So buckle up, grab your nearest tinfoil hat, just in case, and prepare for a whirlwind tour of information that will leave you smarter, more curious, and probably a little bit bewildered. You are not going to want to miss a single second of this. This is the ultimate test of your curiosity, a veritable smorgasbord of intellectual delights designed to make you say, "Wait, what?" at least 100 times over. Are you ready to challenge your assumptions? Are you prepared to see the world in a completely new light? Then let's not waste another moment. It's time to start unlocking the secrets of the universe, one incredible fact at a time. But hey, that's just a theory. A treasure theory. Let's dive in. Did you know that bananas are botanically classified as berries? It's scientifically true. There's a species of jellyfish that can theoretically live forever by reverting its cells. Queen Elizabeth II was a trained mechanic and truck driver during World War II. So, get this. Astronauts actually report that space has a really distinct smell. It's kinda wild, but they say it smells like seared steak or, hot metal. Yeah, seriously. Okay, here's a fact that'll blow your mind. The world record for the longest continuous bout of hiccups lasted for 68 years. I mean, can you even imagine hiccuping for that long? And oh, here's a fun one. A group of porcupines isn't called a pack or a herd. Nope, it's actually called a prickle. How cool is that? Did you know the Eiffel Tower can actually grow over 6 inches taller during the summer? Yeah, it's all thanks to thermal expansion. When the metal heats up, it stretches and makes the whole tower just a bit taller. Sharks have been swimming in our oceans for like way longer than trees have even existed on Earth. Seriously, these creatures are ancient. A blue whale's heartbeat is so powerful it can be detected from as far as 2 miles away. That's just wild. Imagine a heartbeat echoing through the ocean like that. So get this. There was a woman named Violet Jessup who actually survived the sinkings of both the Titanic and the Britannic. Yeah, seriously. Talk about luck or maybe just wild coincidence. Here's something weird. A duck's quack doesn't echo, and for a really long time nobody could figure out why. Pretty strange, right? Oh, and did you know this? The iconic blue bird on Twitter's logo actually has a name? Larry the Bird. Who would have guessed? Okay, get this. The average cumulus cloud actually weighs about 1.1 million pounds or 500,000 kilograms. Yeah, seriously, that's a ton of water just floating up there. Here's a wild fact. An octopus has 3 hearts. 2 of them pump blood through the gills, and the third one takes care of the rest of the body. That's pretty cool, right? So, believe it or not, peanuts aren't actually nuts. They're technically classified as legumes, kind of like beans or lentils. Wild, huh? So get this, the last time the guillotine was actually used in France was the same year Star Wars released. Wild, right? Okay, here's a cool fact. High heels were originally invented for men. Yeah, really. Specifically, Persian soldiers wore them to help ride horses. And believe it or not, Russia's surface area is actually larger than the entire surface area of the dwarf planet Pluto. That's just mind-blowing. So there's this whale, right? It sings at a frequency no other whale can understand called 52 Hertz. And get this, there is actually a library of smells in France called the Osmothèque, and it preserves over 3,000 perfumes. Oh, and here's something cool. Adult cats don't meow to communicate with each other. They only meow to communicate with humans. There's a river of hydrogen sulfide that flows on the bottom of the Black Sea. You can't cry in space because your tears won't fall. They just form a ball. The color you see when you close your eyes in a dark room is called Eigengrau. So get this, M&Ms were actually created during the Spanish Civil War as soldier rations that wouldn't melt. Pretty wild, right? Okay, here's a cool fact. The letter E is the most common letter in the English language by far. Seriously, it's everywhere. And, did you know pumice is the only type of rock that can actually float on top of water? Yeah, it just sits there, no problem. So get this, on the planet Venus, a single day is actually longer than an entire year on Venus. Pretty wild, right? You know, just like fingerprints, every single person in the world has a unique tongue print. That's honestly kind of cool if you think about it. Here's a fun fact. The man who invented the Pringles Can actually had his ashes buried in one of them. Talk about dedication! Wombats are the only animals in the world that produce cube-shaped poop. Yes, really. The quiet you experience after a fresh snowfall is because snow absorbs sound waves. A hippopotamus's sweat is not sweat, but a red, oily substance that acts as sunscreen. So get this, the 2011 earthquake in Japan was so powerful it actually, slightly changed the Earth's rotation. Pretty wild, right? Here's a cool fact. The oldest continuously operating hotel in the world is in Japan, and it's been running since 705 AD. That's like over 13 centuries. Did you know carrots were originally purple, not orange? Yeah, it wasn't until Dutch farmers started cultivating them that the orange variety became a thing. The fear of long words is, ironically called hippopotamonstrosi-squipedaliophobia. Try saying that. The coldest temperature ever recorded on Earth was minus 128.6 degrees Fahrenheit in Antarctica. A mantis shrimp can swing its claws so fast it actually boils the water around them. So get this, the very first vending machine was actually invented way back in ancient Greece, and it dispensed holy water. Kinda wild, right? Did you know your brain generates about 20 watts of electrical power? That's, actually enough to power a dim light bulb. Pretty cool. Here's something amazing. An ant can't die from falling because its terminal velocity is just way too low to hurt it. Seriously, ants are like tiny superheroes. So get this, tardigrades or water bears can actually survive the vacuum of space, radiation, and even being boiled. Like, how wild is that? Here's something you might not know. The Mona Lisa painting at the Louvre has its own personal mailbox for fan letters. Seriously, people love it that much. And, our entire galaxy is being pulled towards a mysterious massive gravitational anomaly called the Great Attractor. Yeah, it's as cool and as weird as it sounds. And there you have it. Over 100 facts that prove our world is infinitely more weird, wonderful, and complex than we could ever imagine. From cube-pooping wombats to spacefaring water bears and galaxies being pulled by mysterious forces, we've barely scratched the surface of all the incredible knowledge out there. My brain feels like it's just run a marathon, and I hope yours does too. Which fact completely blew your mind? Let me know down in the comments. I genuinely want to see which ones resonated the most with you theorists. This is the kind of stuff that keeps me up at night in the best way possible. But the journey doesn't have to end here. If you love diving deep into fascinating topics like these and want to keep the knowledge train rolling even when you're on the go, then you absolutely need to check out the Bright Side podcast. It's available on Spotify, and it's packed with even more amazing stories and trivia. Go give it a listen, and if you enjoy it, please consider leaving a positive review. It helps the channel out more than you know and lets us keep bringing you content like this. It's the perfect companion for your commute, your workout, or just for expanding your mind. And finally, if you enjoyed this video and you want to be the first to know when we drop our next deep dive, make sure you are subscribed to Brightside and that you've rung that notification bell. We have so much more to explore together, so many more theories to test, and so many more treasures to uncover. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, remember, it's not just a fact, it's a story. But hey, that's just a theory. A treasure theory. Thanks for watching.